Hello, I'm Ike, and he's DAZAI, and we're here again to talk about Pinoy comics. This came just yesterday in the mail, and I was immediately floored, and it has a video. Okay, this is the Doobiedoo Asks by husband and wife team Bambi and Roland Amago, also of the Carnal Tales and Carnal Banahaw. But this is a completely different story and semi-autobiographical. This is one of the first two releases from the Komik at Peak of event, Philippine International Comics Festival. So the aim of this is to make graphic novels, hopefully for international release, for international attention. That is the ultimate goal of these things. And this is one of the first two releases of Komik at Peak of. Okay, so yeah, it's semi-autobiographical in the sense that all major names, details, places have been altered for very likely for privacy reasons, as given here. Okay, so front of the book and back of the book, it already has blurbs. It's that cool. Okay, so yeah. So Doobiedoo is okay, yeah. Doobiedoo is the name of for the story of the only son of these two parents. There are times that he's really great at the jokes that are full of puns, but also there are a lot of times that he has to ask questions that are serious, like this. Are they afraid of me? Why am I different? They don't like me anymore? Because this is a semi-autobiographical story of a child within the autism spectrum. Okay. Yeah, and this is the story of how these parents learn this fact, learn this, and learn to accept it, learn how to best love their son that way. Okay. So the first parts of the story is when Doobiedoo comes out. He's very cute. Some of the early signs of a problem, but it was initially not ignored. Rather, well, this is our child. That's what happened. So they just improved. They just made decisions about how to care for their baby, how to fix up the house, to adjust for things. But they didn't think at the time too hard into it, even if they did start to notice some of the differences, even when he was a little bit smaller and younger. Okay. But more of the differences, I guess, started to appear as Doobiedoo started to get older. They kept loving him as much as they could, and as loving, and they continued to be as nice parents as they could. But the more of the problems started to appear one by one. Yeah, that's the best way to show it. And here I stopped to see. Yes, the book is in full color. The whole book is in a wonderful presentation. The paneling are very nice. They nice and clean and changes nicely. And this is not all dead serious. There's a lot of cute and fun things about this, partly because the parents are geeks themselves. Okay. However, as the years go by, eventually some of the teachers of Doobiedoo, as he gets older, starts to talk to the parents directly about Doobiedoo, that he might be different, that he might need extra help. In the first time that this is brought up, the teacher tries to tell it nicely and says that he is gifted and might need special schooling, but they misunderstand this and thought more in the line of X-Men gifted, like that, genius, very different that way. So it was a misunderstanding that moved along for a bit, and then so they had Doobiedoo tested by people who were people who were not as I guess not as considerate, I guess, in how they said it. And they keep running into people who tended to be like this for various reasons. Sometimes just unavoidable, sometimes just being human, or sometimes just not knowing what to do. So but they keep running into people like this. And I'm pretty sure this is not just with them. It happens with other people. So that is why this story is important and special. These parents did not pull back in telling these problems. They did not give these problems with cruelty, but they gave them with honesty. They did not give these stories brutally. They gave it with honesty. And so they go through the various emotions of being parents who for a few years have to go through a confusing set of experts, and have to go through several doctors and several experts just to find out what is really going on with Doobiedoo. And it's until he is 8 years old before they are given a formal diagnosis of autism spectrum high functioning. So it took that long. And in those 4 years of also being in school, a lot of things also happened to Doobiedoo, and some of the misunderstandings cause some problems while he is in school. Yeah. Sometimes with the parents, sometimes with the teachers, sometimes with the children, the students of the school. Again, but that said, again, not all of this is dead serious. Some of it is very cute and very wacky. Doobiedoo does ask cute questions because he's a very intelligent kid. So he's asking why the good guys always win, and he needs a solid answer. So there are intervals like this that are very, very cute. What to intersperse dramatic parts like this. The color scheme is also used effectively, so it changes into the more somber ones for the very serious parts. It gets nice bright when they get into the fun parts of being a family. Cool. It's very cool. Yun. But that said, while there are serious parts to this, and yes, it goes through the problems of parents and children with autism spectrum, especially in their dealings with teachers and some students. It also has these happy parts that where Doobiedoo gets to be happy and that gets to do very nice and fun things, diba? And gets to succeed in what he does, and finds people who do understand and appreciate what he does, and those people help the parents love and appreciate Doobiedoo more. So there are scenes like that. It's very cute like that. And yes, it's all full color. It's so very cute. And again, this is the back of the book and the front of the book. Yeah. So yeah, and so immediately, please get this book. It's important. I don't know how to explain how important it is. Definitely, if you have relatives or family or friends, and you want to understand what it is to be in the autism spectrum, please get this book. It is a very honest depiction of how it is. It only holds back in shaming people. It does say that there are misunderstandings, that there have been problems that they run into with people, but no shaming. It was good that way. But it was very incredibly honest. They did not pull back in that they were frustrated, that they had problems, that they were confused, that they were angry at themselves sometimes. It was all honest about it. And they did it in such a full color comic that utilizes some of the best techniques in comics, and very clear coloring, very clear paneling, very clear typesetting. Yun. Using all the best techniques in comics to give a story like this is rather rare in comics. So it's a wonderful take. So it brings you into the mindset of the narrating parents who are delivering this story very well, and also helps you to, and definitely overall helps you to understand what they are going through, what the child is going through, and also gives maybe some suggestions because of this insight. Gives you some insight and suggestions and how to be better people around children and people on the autism spectrum. Yeah, I've said several times already about the art and the comic art. It's awesome. The craft is incredible, especially when executed for a story like this. And yes, because of those two reasons, this isn't very important, and maybe important enough for international release and international distribution, because it is a story that can be understood anywhere in the world, and is useful anywhere in the world, because of course there will be kids that have ASD everywhere, so it is needed. Okay, so yun. So again, Doobiedoo Asks is one of the first two releases of the Comiket Peek-Off, so it's on Secret HQ, obviously. So that's where you get it from, as well as from the creators under their logo. I'll give the links where they are given, so you can buy. But please get this. It's important stuff. It's worth the effort, and worth what you learn and what you understand about people from just reading this. Okay, so yun. So please get this book. It's worth it. It's beautiful stuff. Okay, so yun. I suddenly made a vlog out of schedule just for this. This is awesome. It's that awesome. Okay. Lastly, I'm EK. He's DAZAI. Please continue to read, and please continue to enjoy Pinoy comics. Thank you.